tea is done and the house settles in, there's only one thing left to do. Pull up a chair, dim the glow, and welcome the dark. You are now tuned into the quiet sound of It Reads at Night.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the It Reads at Night podcast episode. I'm losing count. I think this is 8.
Oh, that's awesome.
We are chilling here tonight. We're not chilling. We're actually really scared. It's but the weather's nice. We've got 59 degrees out right now. No chance of rain. Well, 1%. I guess it's possible.
Damn.
But it is feeling nice out here tonight. Sadly, we're a little spooked. Before we started, I mean, we got it on tape, if you will, but
technically,
it's not part of the episode technically. Maybe at some point we'll throw in some sections, but there's definitely something out in the back of the woods right now, right behind us, and it sounds a little bipedal.
Well, it sounds like it has 2 legs, and it's heavier than a big dog, because it's not as light as a possum. It's not a raccoon. It's like the size.
It's definitely not a raccoon.
It's at least the size of the big dog that scared us in that one video that lives here, who is inside, not outside.
For now, he's gonna scare the fucking shit out of us if he comes out. Because we are
there
on
is something
edge.
out there, and it was playing with there's some trash in the woods.
Yeah.
And it's heavy.
Yeah.
The thing is heavy. It was cracking shit, and then it was messing around with bottles.
Yeah, and it's directly behind us, just a few feet into the dark. We have not laid eyes on it. We did, Alex, we have some big rocks over there that he politely threw into the woods in that general direction. It did not scurry. There were no sounds of it running off.
Big rocks.
Big,
big fucking rocks.
Borderline boulders. So I guess we got the vibes down. We're primed to get spooked tonight. Yeah. And tonight is a little bit more unique. We'll see, actually. I mean, we haven't done this before. Maybe this will be something we continue to do. But we're actually going to be reading a part 2 tonight for the very first time. Last week, if you didn't check into that episode, make sure and go watch that first. Or this one will make 0 sense and you'll be upset. And then I'll be upset. And then the entity behind us will be upset and eat you. So tonight we'll be reading part 2 of Our Classmate Disappeared. The Teachers Know More Than They're Saying. And that is written by Strange Accounts. That is his Reddit name. His real name, or at least his author name, is Travis Weaver. Travis Weaver is a very acclaimed internet horror story writer at the moment. Everyone's digging down into his stuff. He's writing some incredible stories. We've been reading this one on the show, and it's kind of like a high school Ouija board possession something or other witchy kind of vibe, and we've been loving it. So once again, check out part 1 if you haven't yet. We're going to be getting into part 2, and a few more things to say about our author here. He has a self-published book out, and you can find it, I believe, on Amazon. It's called Strange Accounts from the American Frontier. It's nothing like the story we'll be reading tonight, but it is the same author, and I'm sure the quality is just as good. I think that's going to be more like historical journal accounts in the cowboy times. So I think Blood Meridian or The Good, Bad, and Ugly. Or you're listening for The Entity. Aren't you?
There's something behind us.
I know. I'm trying to talk through it, I'm trying to just be a professional host and get us through this. But we are a little antsy tonight, guys, which is good for the story because it'll be more effective, I think. But since this is a part 2, Alex, which we didn't introduce ourselves at the beginning of the show. My name is Austin.
I'm Michael Keaton.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Keaton, bro.
I'm Michael Keaton, bro. Haven't you heard? Shit.
What are we doing?
Your name?
Oh, Michael Keaton. Fuck.
Fuck. That's Michael Keaton. Yeah.
That's awesome, bro.
What did you think of part 1 last week? Do you even remember what happened? I'll put you on the spot here.
Been on so many different acting gigs recently. What's the story called? I'm joking. Yeah, that I did really enjoy it. I'm excited to see what happens next. This is I really like the story. I kind of wish it was continuous, so if you're listening to this, it's easy for you to just switch to this part. Skip the fucking intro and, get right back into the story.
Yeah. Skip all this bullshit.
But because we're just going to jump straight back in, so.
Yeah.
I guess. It's awesome. I'm excited to see what happens.
Absolutely.
I like the pagan Wiccan stuff that's going on.
Yeah, definitely some witchy vibes are afoot. I actually wrote some notes down so we'd have something to talk about.
Okay.
About part 1. I'm just going to peruse these. So, I have a lot of I have a lot of things here just about things I liked. I really like the writing style. It gives a lot of imagery. I like the way this guy writes, Mr. Travis. I thought the Ouija scene in the last part was really cool. The intro to that scene is really nice. It's got some cool lines in it, like the world beyond the windows had turned the color of a bruise, that violet shade the sky wears, just before the first flake falls. That's just one of many colorful, beautiful lines.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
You got holes in your brain.
Well, I re-listened to everything that we did. Right, so,
I should have done that.
Yeah, well, I think it was really late when we recorded the last one. It's a little earlier this time, so I have more of my faculties. I liked the protagonist connection, or really the lack thereof, of the connection with Lena, the girl who goes missing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they never really started anything. It's just kind of like a secret admirer.
He thought she was a bad one.
Yeah.
From across the way.
Yeah.
Hey, you a bad one from across the way, though.
And he was like, one day, I'm going to tell you about it.
One day I'm going to tell you about my yearnings.
Yes. Of which there are many.
How my pants toiled for you from across the way.
My zipper buckled.
My silver buckle.
But that tragically never came to be, which I don't see a lot in much writing. Usually I think and of course there could be a relationship with the ghostly Lena if she's a real thing. But I feel like most stories you kind of get to know, there's like a relationship between the protagonist and the could be love interest.
Yeah.
But this is just like, bam, she went missing. Gone. Yeah, you're not having that.
You don't get the nice, cool, clean build-up of Bridge to Terabithia.
Yeah.
Before she dies.
Yeah, straight into it. Straight into the tragedy. About the story, though, I think the school, just the school that they're in, John Henry High, very culty vibes. I think that the faculty of the school might be more of a coven than anything. Ooh. They seem to have a very interesting traditions at the school. For instance, the well, which they mention in one of the first few lines of the story of part 1. The well is mentioned a lot throughout the first part.
Really?
And I think it's kind of like the centerpiece. This is my theory at the moment. I think it's like the centerpiece of this weird school cult, school coven. For instance, like the opening day photograph that they took, where all the kids, if you remember, all the kids stood around the well and they took a picture. And that's also where our protagonist, Ty, right?
Yeah.
I think it's Ty. Lena, he saw Lena, he was admiring her.
For the first time?
I think he already had eyes for her, but this is like where the story dropped us in.
Oh. They're
I do outside it doing the photograph thing. They're all surrounding this well, which is something they do every year. And she's eyeing this well.
She's staring at the well.
Like she already knew her fate on picture day.
I want to go down.
I gotta go down there. Yeah. So I thought that was cool. I definitely think the well is a thing. And I have a little theory here.
All
that
right.
ties into the well.
Hit me with it, Ty.
When they get that, thanks. When they do the Ouija board
Yep.
ceremony, whatever, ritual, they the first thing that is spelled out is soup, which they kind of brush off as a joke.
Yuck.
They blame it on Mason, who's kind of like the jockey dude.
I remember Mason because
his voice. You remember his voice?
Mason.
Mason.
Oh, Mason.
Mason. So
I'll throw a football in my head.
I got football in my head. So my kind of theory at the moment is the well
is it
like a fucking big soup.
child
cauldron.
soup?
Yeah, or something like
That's
that.
so fucked up.
I don't. That's just a little thing I had written down
That's
in
just
my
something
little
I've
notes.
thought about.
Just a cute little jot I did, a little footnote.
I wonder.
I don't think I finished all the thoughts I had, but I did have one final thing written in like a very cursed-looking font. Mr. Klein. So that was the
Well, obviously he's got
music teacher.
something under that silver buckle.
You know, goddamn python.
So he's got something going on because he's definitely a freak.
I think it's kind of weird or telling about why his room is the most heavily decorated. Like with all like the pagan imagery and all that.
Oh,
They kind of explain how his room is like super decked out with the pagan imagery. So I don't know if he's like the leader of this weird school coven thing, or if that's just because that's the room Lena was last seen in, or something. I don't know.
all right. I got a theory. Here you go.
All right, let's hear it. Does it involve buckles or the removal of buckles?
Oh man. Whatever.
Come on, dude.
Come on. No, I think it'd be kind of like
Kid soup.
Kid soup. Okay,
That's my theory.
we got kid soup theory, and then we got Cerberus Snape theory,
All right.
which is Mr. Klein is like Snape, where you think you're like, oh, that guy's weird and mean and really weird,
Yeah.
and then he's not, and then on top of that, kind of like 1.0, what 1.1 theory is that all the pagan shit, you're supposed to think it's evil, and then he's got the most pagan shit in his room, right?
Yeah.
But they're like trying to protect the kids and everybody from something, and they're doing all that, and everybody thinks he's all fucked up, but he's like, he knows that she's super depressed or whatever the fuck from the first thing, and he's like, I gotta make extra sure that you're super vulnerable to this thing, and I've seen you looking at the well and all that. Maybe.
Cool, yeah. That's cool. Kind of a subversion there where the teachers are actually protective.
And not evil, but from the kid's perspective, obviously, that
It'd
I mean,
make
I'd be
more
like, what the
sense.
fuck?
It'd make more sense how the school had been able to like thrive and survive for so long if they're more like an agency of good rather than kid soup.
They're the action heroes.
Yeah. but we will see.
I'm excited. This is it's a fucking awesome story.
Yeah, I'm super into it. I'm excited to finish it up here tonight.
It's a long one. There's quite a bit from what I can see.
Yeah, I think we've got ourselves a hefty night of reading here. But before we get into the story, I just want to let you guys know. What is it that I want to let you know? Fuck. You know, if you like what you're hearing,
Undo your buckle.
You like seeing two scared guys in the woods? Yeah, undo your buckle.
This is like Deliverance.
Basically.
This is like the Deliverance.
Basically. If you like what you're seeing here, this campfire vibe, you like seeing two guys scared to death of whatever is behind them in the woods, feel free to drop a like, subscribe. You can listen to this on audio where you don't even have to see us, which I think is a huge plus.
Yeah.
You can just hear us. I know that's probably hard enough. Video is a whole nother tackling.
I don't know how people
thing.
fucking watch anything.
Yeah, I don't know where people get the time to watch anything, but
To
if
put
you
a
do,
podcast on and watch it? That's
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
Good for you, though, if you do that. I mean, I guess
I'd
that's
appreciate it.
what we're doing and what we aim to do. But if you do that and you're older than 17, you're doing something right. You know, you're probably well-adjusted. You got some free time on your hands. Yeah?
And you sit with your hands like latched together and your knees together and your fucking heels and toes on the floor, and you're just sitting there perfectly, fucking, and you just look at the screen, you smile the whole time, and you watch the full 2. Yeah, exactly.
Very good.
Oh,
Very good.
This is so fun.
Oh,
this is fucking sitting there.
Delectable.
You're a bitch. You know that?
Yeah, me?
No, the
Oh,
guy.
No. Oh.
Hypothetical guy. That'd be crazy to come out the gate.
But, yeah, that would be crazy. Well, let's be real here.
You're a bitch.
You're a bitch.
Me?
Let's be real here. If
Damn.
you're probably not well adjusted. You're probably like us. You got too much shit on your plate, and you're procrastinating, and you're watching us instead. And if you are doing that, thank you very much for choosing us to ruin your life with. Not ruin your life. Maybe we're making it a little bit better. But
maybe.
we're definitely. We're definitely like, what is it? Your filler, so that you don't have to focus on the horrors
of your
whatever
fucking mind.
And speaking of horrors, I'd say it's time to get into our story. And without further ado.
Prepare for scares. Enjoy the story if you dare.
Our classmate disappeared. The teachers know more than they're saying. Part 2. Contains scenes of explicit and disturbing imagery.
I turned French for a second. We're not gonna read this.
All right. We did this last episode, except for 35 minutes. All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
All
Okay.
right. Emma tightened her grip around mine.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Nice. You were just waiting for that.
Nice, dude. That is
You were
nice.
just waiting for that.
That's actually so funny.
Well, read the line.
All right, I'm over it.
All right, whatever. I don't even care.
I just leave.
Emma tightened her grip around mine.
I gotta remember these voices. We're not actually going out there, right?
Mason ran his hands through his hair and took us in, one by one, like he expected somebody else to take charge.
I'm trying, man. I gotta get this out.
You got the giggle shitter over here.
He ran his hand through his hair. He took us in, one by one. Like he expected somebody else to take
Why are you
charge.
reading my...
Because I'm rereading it to you the way I'm
how you'd like to hear it.
take someone else to take. Yeah, anyway. All right. Can you give me that line again? I'll quit.
Mason ran his hands through his hair and took us in, one by one, like he expected somebody else to take charge.
Well, I mean, we asked her what happened. She answered. So what do we do now? Bail? Yes.
Jody's words landed without hesitation.
Absolutely yes. We leave. Right now. Through those doors, straight to the parking lot. Wait, what?
I said.
You want us to show up to class on Monday like nothing? Oh, you want us to show up to class on Monday like none of this happened? Like we didn't just talk to a dead girl through a piece of cardboard?
Jody cracked.
Yes, exactly like that.
Emma drove her nails into the back of my palm.
Tell me you're joking, Ty. I'm not.
I got up. Mason rose too, bracing on one knee as he reached for his phone. He tapped the screen and the glow washed over him. He raised it toward the board, holding it high enough to light the space.
Okay, fine. If Tyler wants to go, I'll be right behind. Fuck. Okay. Okay, fine. If Tyler wants to go, I'll be right behind him. Fine.
Jody eased back until her heels pressed against a desk leg.
Just leave that thing here. Not a chance.
Mason said.
We can't leave a Ouija board sitting on the floor. I don't want the teachers to start a witch hunt on Monday.
Cardboard rasped as he crouched, slid the planchette into the box, and tucked the whole thing under his arm. He paused.
Actually, I'll tell you what.
He moved to the trash can, lifted the lid, and let the board fall inside.
There. Everyone's happy. You ready, Ty?
Mason led us toward the exit in a knot, and we held by the door. Jody checked each of us once, then set her thumb to the latch and pushed. A faint creak carried into the hall. Tile and shadow stretched out ahead in a long strip. We crossed the threshold together.
I think she went right.
Jody said.
Mason, you want to lead the way again? No, but I will.
The hall split into a clean T shape ahead of us. Both sides sank towards darkness. As we reached the divide, something slid across the edge of my sight. A faint shift where nothing should have been.
Hold up.
I leaned around the corner, only far enough to see down the cross hall. Lena stood, suspended, caught between tile and ceiling, like the world had forgotten what to do with her. Her feet touched the floor, though they dragged behind her with no real aim. Her head listed towards us. The motion had a hitch in it, as if someone had plucked a string tied to her skull. She turned from us and drifted away. We followed. When we reached the corner behind Lena, she had already moved some distance ahead. Her frame found itself outlined in the moonlight, and I caught more details in that brief moment than I ever wanted to see. The skin on her wrists puffed outward with a dead white stillness. Her nails held a deep blue stain, drained of warmth. Along her neck, faint dark half circles pressed into the skin. Not cuts, not bruises, but small marks that looked like someone had pinched her skin over and over again. Emma saw them too.
Tyler. No.
The trinkets thickened above us as we stepped into the staff hall. Mason lifted one between the edge of his thumb and the corner of his finger and pulled it towards his light.
Can you guys see this? What the hell is written on this thing?
He turned it so the back faced us. A year had been pressed into the wood in tiny dark numbers. 2007. He brushed the next one aside. 2002. Emma moved closer to the wall. Her attention traced the long run of twine that stretched nearly the length of the corridor. I kept pace beside her. We read each marking as we walked. 1993, 1981, 1968. The dates grew older as we advanced. Near a stained ceiling tile, one bundle sagged under its own weight. The number etched into it had nearly vanished. It held something bloodless caught in the twigs, almost like dried skin twisted into a small rose. 1948.
Wasn't that when the school was built?
Jody asked.
I think so.
Emma said. Doing Emma dirty.
Yeah.
So
I just
they,
have my voice at different pitches. It's not like a different, you know?
That's all you're going to get.
That's all you're getting.
I think so. I think so.
So
Who knows? This is incredible.
they're going,
They're down in like the teacher hallway.
yeah, and they're
And there I
following-
don't really understand what is it there's like twine with little
Yeah, I see her attention traced the long run of twine that stretched nearly the length of the corridor.
there's things on them like little Blair Witch Wickerman things
And they have dates
under
etched
them.
into them?
And then one of them bloodless 1968. The dates grew older as it one bundle sagged under its own weight. The number etched into it had nearly vanished. It held something bloodless
Okay.
caught in the twigs, almost like dried skin twisted into a small rose. That's pretty gross.
That is gross.
Maybe that's what's cut into her. Maybe skin and bloodless. I don't know. It's like a
Is that
squirrel.
is that the pinch thing they were talking about?
It's like a
maybe?
piece of skin they took off.
Yeah, and gross.
Or is that they have like a little animal? It's just like from it's from like fucking 80 something years ago, or like
A little guy.
and it's just a little guy from back then. And
I
it's
don't know.
just like it's just been like getting tighter and tighter, and now it's like it was a squirrel 100 years ago. Now
Yeah.
it's like this fucking it's like the size of a dime, but it's all you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's pretty gross.
It's all gross. That's interesting. Yeah. All right, so 1948.
And Julie took them down here,
Julie.
right? Isn't that her name?
Who's Julie?
I don't know.
Julie.
Listen, when you're talking, I'm listening. I'm not reading. But I'm also.
Did I say Julie?
What's her name?
Who?
Oh, Lena.
Lena. Okay.
Who the fuck is Julie?
I don't know.
Oh, it's from a audiobook I'm listening to. I think.
It's getting. Yeah, where we got some fucking
Yeah.
wires crossing here, I see.
All right, 1948.
Yes.
Wasn't that when the school was built?
Jody asked.
Wait, didn't we already read that?
Well, yeah. You said,
I think so.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Emma said. Under our shoes, wow. That's a hard one. Linoleum. Under our shoes, the linoleum changed, the pattern flipping from speckled gray to a sickly tan. The lockers gave way to plain walls with framed awards hung in neat rows. Glass-fronted frames watched us as we passed. My light caught on them in strange ways. Some held harsh black and white. Others held dual colors that had sunk toward brown. Back through the decades, the pictures marched. Faces I recognized, faces from before my time. Faces belonging to teachers who taught long before any of us were born. In one print, the old school well stood behind a row of faculty members. The well. A dead grin sat on every face, the kind you get when the photographer tells you to hold your smile for a second too long. At first, nothing struck me as wrong. Another stage staff picture. Then the wrong part rose into view. Two swollen hands were clutched onto the outer stones of the wall. The skin had the soaked look of something that had been left in the wash. The nails pointed and cracked, shaped like long, chipped picks. Whatever owned them was hiding beneath the rim. That's creepy, dude.
That's awesome.
So two bloated hands were like in the picture with the well, like they're sticking out of the well. Ugh.
Are they?
Yuck.
Is it like somebody holding on from inside of the well?
That's what I've gotten from it.
All right.
Whatever owned them was hiding beneath the rim of like the well.
Okay,
so, yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
That's fucking wild, man. That's cool.
God, I just want to do funny voices, but the story's really nice. So
I know. Not today,
Mason,
I said.
come here and tell me I'm not seeing things. Here, wait, hold on. I'm trying to remember. So, my voice, Ty, is just my
the
voice.
protagonist is usually just your voice.
I'm
I'd
just
say.
yeah, and then Jody, which is I think where I got Julie.
Jodie
I'm
Foster.
confused. I could never do that accent.
She's got a weird one.
She's so beautiful.
God, that is a queen right there. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So, Ty is my voice. Jody is my voice, but just slightly different.
yeah. Jody and Emma are like I'm struggling to I know they're two separate people, but I'm like, what is different about them? Well, I'll trust your judgment.
Emma is Mason. You know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
girl version of Mason. Jody and Ty are like, they're just people.
Yeah.
They're characters of Southwest. That's the Southwest.
Flying over.
Whatever. No, so I've already said it like 15 times. And then so Jody's me, my voice, but a little bit different. Just a little bit. There's a little bit more air to it. You can kind of tell. And Emma's voice was dumb always. But what is Mason's voice?
Mason was like jock to the max, very deep. Like, what? What the hell?
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta listen to the last episode. What? Mason raised a light.
I barely remember last episode.
What the hell?
Sadly. I was having an allergy attack.
It was like 4
I was
a.m.
drunk. Yeah, it was 4 a.m. and it was cold.
Come here and tell me I'm not seeing things. What? Mason raised a light in the behind.
It's deeper than that.
What the? What the hell? I don't know if I can go deeper tonight.
Mason.
What?
Just as deep as you can. It doesn't have to be too deep to where it's silly.
What? What? What the hell?
You probably go a little higher.
What the hell?
Throat singer over here.
All right, let's start with Mason.
I said,
Come here and tell me I'm not seeing. Come here, come here and tell me I'm not seeing things. What?
Mason raised his light and moved in beside me.
What the hell?
His beam slid off the first frame and settled on another photo just below it, farther along the school's timeline. The same well stood in the center, though fewer teachers gathered before it. Each one wore twig charms pinned in neat rows across their jackets, their expressions caught in a strained place between a welcome and a warning. At the far edge of the group stood a figure that broke the pattern entirely. At a distance, it passed for a tall, lanky student, though the shape refused to settle on anything familiar. Sacks had been tied around its limbs and torso to suggest clothing. A burlap bag covered its head, cinched tight where a neck should have rested. The limbs ran too long, the torso drawn too narrow. The sackcloth clung to the form beneath, heavy and wet. Emma nudged into my side.
What are you looking at?
When her gaze reached the figure in the sackcloth, her eyes froze in place.
Ty? What is that supposed to be? No idea.
I said.
Down here.
Jody called.
I think Lena went this way.
I dragged my focus from the photographs and turned toward the hall ahead. At the far end, a single staff door hung open by a lean gap. Warm light pushed through that slim opening and traced a bright stripe across the floor.
We should really think about this before we go through. Oh, that's not even the line.
No, it's not.
It's like I read it and then just changed it. We should really think.
I'll let you in on a little insider secret. That does happen a lot.
Yeah.
But I let you.
Oh, I have to do that.
I just say it. It's an artistic liberty.
It's an artistic liberty. I have some serious problems with reading out loud. I'll read what it says and something else will come out of my mouth. It's crazy.
The disconnection.
And I notice it while
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah,
We should really think this through before we go in there.
Emma said.
If the light's on, someone might be inside, and I don't want to get in trouble.
So I want to go back to when Ty saw the tall, lanky student in the sackcloth.
Yeah,
What
around
the
the
fuck
head.
is that? Is that like a
It's a person who has been drowned.
beforehand, or
and
is that the
it-
ghost of someone? You
I
think?
feel like it's a ghost in the picture.
Yeah.
Or it's maybe right before they are going to throw them in.
Throw them in, yeah. Yeah, I don't like these. The imagery's kind of fucking creeping me out tonight. It's working on me.
It is, this is
I
really
don't like old photographs, you know? Like the black and white, and everyone looks all
I don't want
freaky
to see
and
anything
ghostly.
pre-2006.
Yeah, it grosses
It
me out,
makes me
dude.
uncomfortable.
Ugh. Yeah, it's interesting. Did Lena lead them into this area?
Apparently, yeah.
So she's trying to like show them what's what.
Yeah. I got something for you. Let's read the next 2 sentences.
Okay. What is that? I dragged my focus.
My own words.
Where?
Under.
Yeah. Sorry. My own words escaped before I could pull them back.
Lena brought us here.
Oh! Yeah!
There has to be a reason for it.
I think I might be a time teller.
I'm a time lord. I'm a clairvoyant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I shine.
Yeah, I'm a star.
Lena brought us here. There has to be a reason for it. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just too quick. All right, Jody saw it.
Tyler's right. I said we take a look. Guys, I think I made a mistake bringing us here.
Mason said. He shot Emma a look.
I'm sorry, Em. Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. You just don't get to say that now, Mason.
Jody said.
Ow. Besides, it's my fault, too.
She paused and angled her ear toward the door.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
Oh, no. This is going to creep me out, isn't it?
Yable.
Beneath the steady hum of the lights, another sound threaded through the dark. A mix of human tones, rising and falling together. I listened. Something in me gave way, and I moved forward before the others could stop me. Heat pressed out of that room and slid along the hall. A smell walked with it. Sweet, bitter, the taste on your tongue when you bite through your own lip. That's a cool line. With each stride, the crack in the door widened. Bright light crawled out and sank into the floor. The blended voices from inside sharpened. Words pulled free from the hum. Familiar tongues tangled with others I didn't know. At the threshold, I pressed the side of my palm against the door frame. I drew air in, held it still, and leaned forward just enough to peer inside. That's kind of like the end of a chapter almost.
Yeah.
Right there. A bunch of dashes. Cool. So Lena led them into this weird area of the school where you kind of see the history.
I'll tell you what's going on.
All right. Clairvoyant Alex.
I'm literally aware.
I'm wittily aware.
I
can see the future.
I'm putting 2 fingers on my temple. Deep cut. My name is That's So Raven. That's my full name.
That's So Raven. Continue.
Oh. It's just, I mean, this is not crazy, but it's all the teachers. And they're doing something fucking weird.
Is that not what I said at the beginning?
Is that not what I said? They're all going to be in a circle and like bowing around some fucking thing. And
yeah, some like Eyes Wide Shut or even better yet, like a Suspiria remake moment.
Suspiria.
Oh my god, the ending of that movie is so fucking demonic. Jesus Christ, guys. If you've never seen that, that's a...
Dude, I recommended that movie to somebody. And they were like... Because I kind of explained like the first one. You know, the real big deal. And then I was like, man, but the, you know, blah, blah, blah. I really like the new one too. I would watch that. Because
the old one has got its charm and it looks really nice.
It does.
It looks beautiful.
But I did an ocular pat down to this person. I said,
you're modern.
You're a modern guy.
It's like you ever played Battlefront? No, fuck.
Yeah.
The loading screen on Battlefront 1.
Yeah.
You're like, you're fucking lame.
I was like, you couldn't sit through anything that isn't just like...
It's got to be modern.
So...
it's got to be grayscale.
I was like, yeah. I was like, you should watch the new Suspiria. It's like the remake. Just look up Suspiria. That's the one that'll come up. It's incredible.
I love that movie.
The scene...
That's a good... Man.
Yeah, anyway. It's incredible.
Oh, I have a lot of emotions for both of those movies.
This guy goes.
Love those movies, dude.
I kind of told him the vibe of it,
Yeah.
or not the vibe. I told him like pieces of it. Right. I was like this, and this. He was like, "Man, that sounds awesome. I'll probably check that out with my wife." And I was like, "Yeah, you should check it out." He's like, we keep talking. Say, there's like a little bit more filler. He's like, "Man, I do not fuck with horror movies." I was like,
don't watch that.
I just
Holy shit.
let it ride. I hope he watches it.
Man, that's a good ass movie. I gotta watch that. I really gotta go back and rewatch a bunch of like the shit that really gets me. Like
That
The
one's
Witch.
good.
The Witch.
The Witch is one of
Suspiria?
that might be. Oh,
The Babadook. And the Blair Witch Project, which I haven't seen since I was like 6.
the Blair Witch Project. I don't think you'll be as impressed with, and the Babadook is a good movie. It's a good movie, and the symbolism is awesome, and there's a lot of really sick scenes. As a full movie, I don't put it with The Witch or Suspiria.
Yeah. Well,
The Witch is like
the Babadook is like the scariest thing to me. I find witches
duck,
really
duck.
scary. Duck, duck, duck.
It is
unknowable
it's good.
entity things that are just kind of like fucking with you.
Yeah.
Horrifying. Witches, I think as I've grown older, witches have kind of overtaken that. Like the idea of a witch scares the shit out of me. Like a fucking 8th century old hag out in the forest.
Yeah, them hags scare me. You know, when
Kinda
you go to
like
fucking
luring you into them is fucking horrifying.
when you go to one of those 24-hour Walmarts and you see the hag,
Straight haggis.
dude, she got haggis. That sensor light just turned on. Way out there.
Oh, it's because there's a rabbit. I can see the rabbit.
Oh, really? There's
Yeah.
a rabbit?
Yeah,
We're
there's a
talking
rabbit.
about
He's
witches and
hopping
shit, and a
around.
rabbit just shows up?
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
Dude.
Isn't
Oh,
that like,
it just
isn't that
went
like
off.
part? Well, it's usually goats, right? Or is it rabbits?
Well, no, so the goat, the ram is
Ram.
a symbol of Satan.
Yeah.
But witches, they be feasting upon rabbits. And they also be making rabbits appear.
Great.
Honestly, I feel like, and I have no, like, I can't tell you why, but I know that rabbits and witches are, like,
Intertwined.
intertwined in a way.
Um,
You got Wi-Fi? Look that shit up.
of course.
Rabbits and witches.
I'm looking up the local witch. We're in Bell Witch
Yep.
country.
Yeah, well, you just doxed us.
Not really. I mean, the actual town
Yeah, it's pretty
Bell
far
Witch is
away.
from is pretty far away, but
Now we dox ourselves further. We're close, but not too close.
yeah, have fun.
Yeah. Put a circle. Yeah, yeah.
Man, I don't fuck with witches.
No, I've had
That's
some
like
pretty freaky.
a lot of people. Now skinwalkers. I don't fuck with them neither. But
Yuck.
yeah,
Yuck.
if I'm in the Western United States, I will not say that name. I will not say it. I will not say that word.
Yeah.
We're not there, so I'm cool. But
I feel
when we're here,
I know-
I'm like, I don't like talking about witches that much because I'm like, I don't know. It's just it's stupid superstition. But I'm like, fucking maybe. I don't know.
Wait, yuck. My body says stop, but I don't. I'm cool with talking about skinwalkers here and there. Here in the West, I'm like, yeah, kind of. I don't go to the West enough, but like when I'm in like Appalachia, I do not want to talk about skinwalkers.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about anything in Appalachia.
I don't want to talk about literally. I don't want to talk about anything. I will go so far to have these weird roundabout conversations
Yeah.
about there's these things and like you don't really want to mess with them and there's rules out here and I just try to follow them. And then the person you're with is like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I'm like, I'm asking you to just shut your mouth. Is what I'm asking.
Just be careful. Yeah, I was like in the desert. I was in like New Mexico and Utah last year.
Yeah, saw some sandworms.
Man, I did. Yeah, I was afraid to even fucking think about them out there, man. We were like camping out in the desert.
There is a rabbit.
There's a rabbit. And I saw your eyes like widen. I was like, oh god.
Hey, get your 22 bowl. We're gonna cook us a stew on this here fire.
We gotta get back to the story here.
All right, boy.
But good talk.
Look up rabbits and witches.
Okay. Look up rabbits and witches right fucking now.
Look up rabbits and witches. It's
This is
looking
gonna be
at
AI
us.
overview.
I swear to look over there. Fuck.
He's gone.
The light just went out.
I don't like when the light goes out. I like it more when the light gets on.
Oh.
It turns on. Oh, I see him though.
He's getting real close to it.
In European folklore, this is AI overview. Fuck AI. But in European folklore, particularly in Ireland and Britain, witches were believed to shapeshift into hares and later rabbits to travel undetected, cause mischief, or steal milk. Well,
Dude, he's coming to take your milk.
Not my milk!
He's gonna
No!
he's gonna undo your silver button.
Oh, shit.
Buckle.
All right, bro. We're like an hour.
We're like 25% through this.
Beer me. That's what I need.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
boy. That's my
right.
dog.
So, I think you're right. Before we entered this whole fucking shebang. Anyway, I think we should get back to the episode.
No, that's good though.
That is good, though, isn't it? Isn't it just?
No, that's good though.
Okay. I think you might be right about these kids entering into some kind of ritual, some kind of eyes wide shut.
You gotta be kidding, bro.
I hope the camera picked that up.
That sucks.
Literally winged that shit into the fire pit. It just skipped, and now it's stuck upside down in the grates.
It's gonna warm up.
He's gonna warm up. Maybe it'll melt.
All right, let's switch places.
No. Like switch chairs?
No. That's Can we bleep this out?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. For a second, my brain. Hold on. Let me be you.
It's already. You've already.
For a second, my brain refused to sort what I was seeing. It was just colors and motion. Light on skin, the shine of metal. Then it snapped into place. It was the staff workroom. Brown cabinets with peeling laminate. A scorched coffee machine that just carried the scent of burnt grounds. A candy bowl. A copier in the corner. Fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. And in the middle, pushed out like an altar, was a long table. Whee!
You only added 2 words.
I know, and I knew what they were when I did it.
It's fun. It's nice that you have the ability to perceive that, but you can't stop it.
I can't stop it. It's horrible. I added just,
Yeah.
and then I
Yes, you
added
did. You pluralized.
yeah, I
Something.
pluralized scorched coffee machine.
Yeah, so I definitely think they're
Anyway.
walking in on some Suspiria shit. Anyway, okay. For a second, my brain refused to sort what I was seeing. It was just color and motion, light on skin, the shine of metal. Then it snapped into place. It was the staff workroom. Brown cabinets with peeling laminate. A scorched coffee machine that carried the scent of burnt grounds. A candy bowl. A copier in the corner. Fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. And in the middle, pushed out like an altar, was a long table. They had dragged one of the big desks into the center of the room and cleared it. The surface was covered with plastic tablecloths, the kind I had seen at bake sales. Someone had taped trash bags along the edges so nothing spilled to the floor. Their backs stayed turned partway toward me, frames pitched forward, heads lowered, each movement small and careful. A steady stream of talk slipped beneath their work. I recognized every single one of them, but 3 faces hurt more than they should have. Mrs. Hart stood closest. Her cardigan sleeves were rolled past her wrists. Next to her was Mr. Klein. His loosened tie swung as he worked. Principal Dwyer held the center, standing in place with the same posture he used when he pushed students through a pep rally. For a foolish beat, I thought they were working on pumpkins. Their motions had that sort of rhythm to them. Reach, cut, scoop, sort. Then Mrs. Hart turned toward a metal cart beside her and reached for something on its surface. As she moved, the shape they worked over slid into view. The thing on the table, the thing they leaned across, came into full view. It was Lena. Oh, shit!
Man, they doing a pumpkin treatment on her.
So, it was not a ritual.
Well, maybe.
Well, maybe a little bit. They seem to be more so, like, busy with some kind of preparation or, like when you gut a deer.
Yeah, they're taxidermying her. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
They're taking all they're taking all the best bits out to have a scrumptious meal later, and then they're gonna pump her full of embalming fluid, and they're gonna put her on a wall.
Ugh.
It's pretty fucked up.
That ain't PG.
That's pretty fucked up.
That is really fucked up.
Yeah.
That's very upsetting. Ugh. God damn. Jeez.
What did this guy write? Hadn't we read one of his other stories?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, we've definitely read some stuff of his, but not on the show.
Not on the show, like outside of this?
We read that one of his westerns, I think. I've read a few of his stuff.
Or like we listened to a western, I think.
A few of the journal entry things. 'Cause that's what we usually gets
most
most popular. But this is
that
this
makes
is
sense.
A
This
whole
is the same
different
guy.
vibe.
Yeah, it is a different vibe. That's awesome. He's so
Yeah.
good. That
yeah,
sucks.
we do know he's very good and he's very brutal. So, yeah, Jesus, he's not above, what is it, taxidermying a teenager?
No,
God damn.
probably not.
Okay.
Dude, Ty's so bummed that he didn't get to do that.
That'd be a crazy twist. Like, fuck. That'd be so funny if he's like a serial killer
Yeah.
and he's like, I wanted to wear her skin. God damn it. Now you've ruined it. You've gone and stretched it out. Ugh. Buffalo Bill shit.
The lotion. I gotta take the lotion out of the basket.
Put the lotion on its skin. You get those?
Ty's like, man, let's do
That's
this.
why he's friends with Jody.
Oh.
Ah!
Ty stands for
Jodie Foster.
Hannibal Lecter. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It was Lena. Not the floating ghost thing that had led us there. This was her body. Her actual body. Laid out on the plastic like meat on a butcher's block. Her school shirt had been cut straight down the center and folded aside. Her torso had the waxy tone of old candle wax. The skin sagged over the bones beneath it, and the muscles below hung swollen. They had already started at her hands. Her fingers lay splayed on a small cutting board by her side. The nails still had chipped black polish on them. At the base of each finger, someone had made clean cuts. Skin folded back like the edges of peeled citrus. The first two fingers on her left hand were missing from the knuckle up. Their stumps showed pale bone and a ring of torn flesh. Those 2 digits sat in a bowl nearby, tiny pale things, rigid and curled like shrimp that had been boiled and cooled.
Damn, bro.
This is a fucked up thing to follow.
That's crazy.
That was disgusting.
Kind of focused on that.
Yeah,
Take care of those.
Mrs. Hart said.
I don't care about the rest of her body. I just need the hair and the bones intact. Don't nick them. Yeah, it's hard to get the angle right.
Mr. Klein reached toward the bowl and studied what lay inside.
Feels strange doing this without her eyes open. She always liked to watch my hands.
Ugh.
This is crazy.
Ugh. Ugh. Because he's the music teacher, right?
Yeah, he's the guy that was, yeah.
Oh, God.
She trusted you. Always such a quiet child. I used to wish the whole class was made up of little copies of her. Never spoke out of turn. Never caused trouble.
She paused, then added.
It's almost a shame she was the one we picked. Almost.
Klein agreed. From the center, Dwyer spoke without looking up.
It's not like she gave us much of a choice. She's been talking with the boy for years now. You see that ribbon she left for him? It's been how long and it's still hanging there?
He shook his head.
She asked for this.
So what does that mean?
Bro,
Is that referring to the ribbon they saw? Wait. No, it's ribbon. Yeah, ribbon. That was a rose earlier. Who's the boy?
Ty, probably.
Ty. I thought they didn't have any sort of
I don't know.
relationship. All right, whatever. We should probably
Maybe
keep
not.
going.
She asked for this. It's true, I guess. I guess she did.
Klein said.
The boy's getting more restless. You remember a few winters ago? The whole grate shook for 2 days. Nearly cracked the bolts.
All right, that's definitely not Ty.
No, and the well is fucking keeping... It's keeping
them in there.
It's
The ghosts.
the boy.
The boy.
There's
There's just one in there, is there?
Wow, what the fuck? It's the Titans. You know, it's Satan cast
Satan.
down into the abyss,
Oh yeah.
locked away. You know, it's the Antichrist. It's the Titans and the Greek gods push the Titans down into the
Mhm.
pit. It's all the same shit. There's something down there, and
Yeah.
the teachers. It's in between your theory and my theory.
The kid soup and the teachers are protecting.
The teachers are evil, your theory, and the teachers are... You said kid soup and the teachers are evil.
Yeah.
I said teachers are good and they're protecting the kids.
Yeah.
The teachers are evil, but they're protecting the world from whatever the fuck's down there. They're like doing this to stop something.
Giving like a sacrifice.
Yeah, but there's still... I mean, Jesus Christ.
God damn.
This is awesome.
Yeah, this really flipped the whole story on its head. I mean, it started so kind of innocent, like a little Ouija board, kind of almost a prank.
Almost a prank. Also, I'd like to point out that my acting is phenomenal.
Yeah, your Mr. Klein is very breathy, might I say.
But
Think he might have some kind of asthma issue.
he's a bad boy. The principal is...
Oh, that's Dwyer. That's your voice for Dwyer.
Cut her fingernails off.
This sounds like Buffalo Bill.
Got her fingernail.
Don't I?
Put the lotion in the basket. Put the lotion in the basket.
One more time for the crowd.
Me? What, you or me? You wanted... It looked like you wanted to speak.
This is a great story. This is so fucking bad,
It's-
though.
The situation is not...
We were... I'm really into this, though.
too.
I'm cool to just...
Keep on reading.
Yeah, like blast through it.
Are we anywhere near?
We're not even halfway.
Oh.
By the way.
Cool.
But
Where are we?
scissors.
She asked for the scissors. Okay.
Nearly cracked the bolts, yeah.
Here we go. Scissors worked through Lena's hair near the table. Thick strands slid over the plastic and gathered in a metal bowl. Clumps clung to the surface with the weight of wet rope. One of the assistants gave a small snort.
I bet you love it when he acts. What? Jesus. 40 voices. I bet you love it when he acts up. This is your favorite part, isn't it, Matt?
Mr. Klein laughed.
I prefer the build-up.
He glanced at Lena's face, slack and waxy.
The quiet ones are always the best for that. They always just let it happen.
Lena's right arm had been opened. A clean incision ran from wrist to elbow, drawn back and fixed with clips. A man with bone shears snipped the radius. Small flakes fell into a metal dish and pinged against steel. On the far side of the table, near Lena's bare feet, Mrs. Hart worked on something else. Twigs, dried bramble, and a lock of Lena's hair disappeared into her hands. She wound them tight with darkened string, quick and neat, then lifted a tiny pair of pliers and crimped a shaved piece of bone into the center like a bead. Under the overhead light, she studied the finished charm with the same focus she gives students work. Then she set it in a tray beside 6 others that matched those hung all across the school.
There we are. Simple enough,
She said.
We'll be safe for another few seasons. You know what, Lena? It's all thanks to you. You always tried your best, even when you were nervous.
She reached out and patted the girl's arm.
That's what I liked about you. You kept trying. She did.
Klein agreed.
She was a good girl, right up until the end.
A dark, wet rot slid from the table's edge. It gathered for a breathless beat, then fell and struck the trash bag with a dull smack. More followed, each drop slower than the last. The air carried the bite of pennies, raw poultry, and floor cleaner. My legs weakened beneath me. I pressed against the doorframe without meaning to and jerked when I felt one of Emma's hands rest between my shoulder blades. Her expression found mine long enough for me to read the confusion and rising horror spreading across her face. Her mouth shaped a question without a voice. What are they doing? Is that me or you?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a thought.
Yeah. Okay, let's think it real quick. I didn't have an answer.
Okay.
What are they doing?
I didn't have an answer. Mason moved in at my right. His neck arched forward, his mouth slack.
What the fuck?
Jody pushed into the narrow gap beneath Emma's arm. Her sleeve lifted toward her face as she took in the table. Inside, Mr. Klein lifted Lena's foot. It sagged in his grip. Something sickening lived in the way his fingers sank into her heel, a casual softness that had no right to be there. I remembered that same hand clapping kids on the back in the hallways. He took a small saw from the cart, the kind my uncle once used on deer legs, and set it against her left calf. The teeth touched, slid, then caught. He frowned, shifted his hold, started to cut again.
You would not believe how much pressure this takes.
The sound of it was small and rough and somehow louder than anything I had heard in my life. A gritty rasp, bone dust catching in the light above the table. Her ankle shook with each stroke. Emma's mouth shaped words again.
Stop. Please.
Terror never arrives the way films promise. There is no violin hit. It comes in stages. First is disbelief, then nausea, then something animalistic that just wants out.
Move back.
I whispered.
We need to leave. Now.
I pulled away from the frame. My heel clipped Emma's shoe. She wavered, found her balance, and backed up with me. Mason stayed fixed in place.
Mason,
I said.
we're leaving. We need proof. What?
I hissed. He had his phone out, half raised. His hand shook.
If we leave with nothing, we'll say we made it up. It'll be our word against theirs. This will blow them up. Then they'll go to prison. The news will show this on repeat, and it'll destroy them. They won't get to bury this. We can at least do that much for Lena. Put it down.
Emma said.
Please, Mason, please. Just 1 second.
He said. The phone lifted inch by inch. The small camera lens edged above the frame. Jody shuffled to give him room. Her boot caught on a raised wrinkle in the old floor mat. The stumble was small, but enough. Balance slipped. She reached for the frame, missed, and hit the tile on her hip with a dull crack. An ugly thud bounced off the cabinets. The sound knifed through the room, through chatter, through bone and metal, through everything we had just witnessed. Inside, the saw stopped mid-stroke. Every adult turned toward us, 5 teachers. People I'd known since grade school, faces I'd seen bored, irritated, entertained. Guests in my own home. Principal Dwyer met our eyes first. The overhead light caught his face. His lips pulled back as he tried to smile. It showed far too much gum.
Children,
He said.
it's all right.
Mrs. Hart's grip clamped around the trinket she had been shaping. A bead of blood pushed out of the twig bundle and dropped onto the tablecloth.
This isn't what you think. This isn't what you think it is. Just take a breath. Let's talk.
Klein set his scalpel down.
You weren't supposed to be here. Now that you are,
All 5 stepped away from the table.
we can have a chat. Run.
I said. I latched onto Emma's arm and yanked her back from the doorway. Her feet slid on the wax tile before she caught traction. Jody scrambled up. Mason hauled her the rest of the way and twisted toward the hall. We burst away from the staff room together, then hit the first intersection and split without talking. Instinct, panic, whatever you want to call it. Jody and Mason cut left toward the main stairwell. I led Emma to the right.
Tyler,
She said between breaths.
we'll be okay.
The hallway stretched ahead like a tunnel. Rows of lockers rushed past on both sides. My chest burned and my legs drove forward without thought. Behind us, the building came alive. Doors burst open. Shoes struck the tile in fast pursuit. More than one pair, more than 2.
Dwyer, take the east.
Someone called.
We'll cut off the lobby.
We rounded a corner and nearly collided with a janitor's cart. The mop bucket sat half full, frothy water clinging to the rim. A stiff rag hung off the metal bar. The sharp sting of bleach punched the air. A classroom door sat cracked, the room behind it dark. I pushed my side against it and edged it open just wide enough for us to slip through, then drew it back until the latch caught. Coat hooks lined the wall. We pressed ourselves into the space between the door and those hooks, trying to become flat. Emma's heart hammered through her jacket into my arm. Footsteps closed in. A shadow crossed the strip of light under the door. Another followed. Keys jingled. Someone dragged air in with a hard pull, charged more with excitement than exhaustion.
Check the labs.
A voice said. Klein.
They know the layout. It's Emma, Tyler, Mason, and Jody. They won't get that far.
Another said. I knew that one too. Hart. Their footsteps drifted down the hall and weakened into the distance. Air finally left my chest, and the release felt like giving up ground. Emma leaned into me, her face pressed into my arm.
We need to get to an exit. When we get outside, somebody will see us. A driver, a neighbor, anyone? Yeah,
I said.
yeah, they will.
I peered through the narrow gap. The hall looked empty. The glow from the exit sign shone on the bare floor.
I'll be with you the whole time. We'll find a way out.
We eased into the hall, checked both directions, then moved toward the stairwell at the end of the wing. That led straight to the front lobby and the double doors. Halfway there, running feet struck the tile from the opposite side. We drove through the next open doorway by instinct. This one yawned wider, the dark inside deeper. I recognized the posters on the wall, photos of planets, atoms, and formulas. The science room. I eased the door nearly shut, left it cracked, and dropped with Emma behind the first row of tables. We crouched there with our backs pressed to the cabinets and our knees drawn in tight. Footsteps followed, fast, lighter than the teacher's. Charged with panic, a small sob cut through them.
Please stop.
Jody. Emma's nails pressed into my wrist.
Don't.
She whispered. I patted her hand and pulled away. I crawled forward until I reached the door window. Through the wired glass, I caught a fractured view of the hallway. Jody tore past at an angle, hair sweeping behind her, fleece snapping with her stride. She reached the T intersection and skidded, turning her head right, then left, searching for a path. The teachers charged after her. Hart led the group, sweater sleeves still rolled above her wrists. Klein followed close, drawing air hard through his nose. 2 others came after them in a tight cluster.
Stop, sweetheart.
Hart called.
Jody, honey, stop. You'll hurt yourself.
She spoke in the same tone she used in her classroom, pure and sweet. Jody forced out a broken howl and struck the nearest door with both fists. The metal shuddered but held firm. She struck again with more force.
Help me,
she cried.
Somebody help me.
They reached her in 3 long strides. Klein caught her from behind, his hands locking Jody's arms against her sides. Hart seized her ankles as she kicked, pulling her legs out straight. The other 2 closed in without urgency. Together, they lowered her to the floor with the care of parents tucking a child into bed. Emma crouched beside me, shaking hard enough her knees clicked. I covered her mouth with my hand.
Don't look,
I said into her hair.
Please, Em. Don't watch this.
She shoved my arm away, tears tracking down her cheeks.
I need to,
she said.
I need to see what they're doing to her. I have to know.
Hart sat straddling Jody's chest. Her knees braced against the girl's upper arms. She smiled down at the child pinned beneath her.
It's all right.
Hart murmured.
It's gonna be all right, sweetheart. You're gonna help us. It'll be okay. You're such a good girl, Jody. You've always been such a good girl.
A folding knife came out of Klein's pocket. Small blade. Nothing dramatic. The sort a man might use to peel an apple. He opened it and brushed the edge with the side of his hand to test its bite.
Please.
Jody cried. The plea broke apart as it left her.
I didn't see anything. I won't tell anyone. I'll just go home. I swear I'll pretend this never happened. Please, Miss Hart, please.
Mr. Klein knelt beside her and wrapped his hand around her wrist.
I believe you, Jody. I know you won't tell anyone.
Jody arched her spine and fought with everything she had, but Hart leaned forward and laid her weight across the girl's ribs. Something in Jody's shoulder cracked. Klein smoothed the back of her hand with the flat of his thumb, like he was calming a skittish animal.
Shh. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be a part of something so special, Jody. Something wonderful.
Then he cut. He started at the first knuckle, pulling the skin back with neat, hard tugs. The blade flashed under the hallway light. Blood slicked his fingers and ran over Jody's palm onto the tile, dark and thick. Her scream no longer sounded human. It rose, shattered, then climbed again as he worked. Klein murmured nonsense, little soothing sounds.
Shh, horse. Good girl. Almost done. You're taking it so well.
The other teachers stood close. One held a plastic bowl ready. When Klein freed the first small piece, he dropped it in with a dull clack. Then the second, then the third. He was careful. He did not want to harm anything he meant to take from her. Each time the knife bit, Jody's legs jerked. All Klein did was slip into a soft tune-out while he worked. Emma gagged beside me and pressed her face into my chest. I pulled my arm across her back and steadied her while tremors ran through her. Warm tracks spread across my shirt.
Please stop this.
She said in a faint strain of sound.
Please, just stop.
Hair went next. Heart seized a fistful and sawed through it. Loose pieces clung to the blood on her hands. She wound the cut hair around a bundle and cinched it with stained thread. When they finally went for Jody's throat, it came almost like an afterthought. Klein pulled the blade across her neck in one precise sweep. Jody's sobs ended mid-sound. Blood poured out in fast, hot waves and slipped down her chest. Hart leaned back enough to avoid most of the spray, though streaks still marked her cheek and chin. She made no move to wipe them away. When it was done, they eased her head to the floor. Her eyes stayed open, glassy, pointing at the ceiling tiles.
Let's get her back to Lena. We can see what dumping a little extra down the well does. It'll be a good reminder for the boy.
I turned Emma away from the door. She didn't struggle. Instead, she folded inward, arms clamped around her stomach, shaking in small fits.
We have to move.
I whispered.
They'll keep looking for us, Em. We can't be here.
We stayed wedged in that room until they lifted Jody's body. They carried her out, limp limbs swinging in weak arcs, and took her back toward the staff room. When their steps faded down the hall, we slipped out and went the opposite way. Parts of that run vanished from my memory. Some pieces cut through with force. Others disappeared. I know we hit the main hall harder than we meant to. The door struck the wall and bounced. Somewhere behind us, someone shouted.
They're heading for the front.
We tore toward the end of the hall. The front doors waited there, big, double, and locked.
Push bar.
Emma said.
The side exit. The side exit. It should still let us out.
We veered straight for it. My lungs felt like they were lined with steel wool. I drove my shoulder into the crash bar. It rattled once and gave way. The door burst open and the night swallowed us whole. Cold hit like a slap. The yard lay under a fine skin of frost and fresh snow. The football field stretched beyond it, dark and empty beneath a washed-out moon. For an instant, the wind filled everything. Emma clutched my sleeve and pulled.
Ty, over here. Ty, over there.
A shape moved across the open yard, bent, jerky, running at an angle between the frozen picnic tables and benches. A glow flared in one raised arm. Mason. He spotted us and raised his arm high. His face lit in fear and relief.
Ty.
He yelled.
Ty, thank God. I was waiting. I've got my car in the lot.
We sprinted toward him. The three of us cut across the yard from opposite sides, closing in with frantic pool of creatures trying to form a pack. Behind Mason, a steel door flung open. More shapes poured into the frost. Teachers, all of them. Their coats swept behind them over clothing streaked with dried blood.
Faster,
I said.
Come on, Mason, faster.
He was nearly done. Anyone could see it. His legs dragged, ankle twisting, arms pumping out of rhythm. He had never been fast. He had always been the kid tossing jokes from the bench, not the one sprinting down the field.
Ty,
He gasped,
I
stumbling.
my leg.
We were 20 feet away when they reached him. Dwyer got to him first. He surged in from the side, a dark blur across the snow, and drove into Mason's back with the full weight of his shoulder. The impact lifted my friend off his feet. They hit the ground together, and frost burst around them in a white cloud. Mason tried to crawl forward. Dwyer drove a knee into the small of his back and seized his hair, smashing his face into the frozen grass. Snow crystals scattered under the blow. The others closed in. Hart, Klein, the rest. They formed a ring with clean, confident steps. Emma skidded to a halt, then lunged forward. I caught her around the waist before she could throw herself into the circle.
Let go,
she screamed. Her words cracked as she kicked at the ground, trying to tear free.
Ty, we can't leave him. We can't. They'll kill you too.
I said.
They'll kill both of us. Emma, stop. They're hurting him.
She sobbed, clawing at me with both arms.
Listen to him.
I hauled her toward the shadow of the well. Every part of me screamed to go back, to grab a brick, a bottle, anything, and crack skulls until Mason got free. My brain knew better. The only safe rule left was distance.
Ty, please.
Emma wept.
Please don't make me leave him. We have to. We have to.
Stone pressed cold through my jacket as we crouched behind the well's rim, breathing in old milk and wet earth. Emma leaned against the rock, trembling, while I watched. They did not drag Mason back to the halls. They did it there, under the open sky. Hart knelt beside him. Her palm slid across his hair in a strange, comforting motion. Mason twisted and spat. She let the spit run down her cheek and mix with blood. She smiled at him with all her teeth.
Brave boy,
she said.
You wanted to be the hero, right? You still can. You get to remind the boy to stay in the hole. His hole.
Klein had the knife again. He didn't ask anyone to hold the bowl this time. He set it in the frost beside him.
Fuck you,
Mason yelled.
Fuck you, don't touch me. Don't fucking get off me. Don't you?
Hart drove his face into the dirt.
Hush it.
They worked at a slower pace with him, like they wanted every part of him to feel it. Segments from his hand, a clump of hair, a strip from his arm. They cut the tendons behind his ankles. He twitched and then went still from the waist down. Emma pressed her forehead to her knees. This time, she didn't watch. In time, he begged. Of course he did. Even tough kids beg when they're being taken apart.
Please.
He sobbed.
Please just stop, please. I don't want to die. Mason, just stop.
Dwyer tilted his head like he didn't understand the problem, almost offended.
Don't make this harder than it has to be.
Then he opened Mason's throat with a single clean slice. Blood steamed across the frost. They pinned him just like they did with Jody, keeping control of his body until the shaking ended.
Once we get what we need, let's just toss the rest of them down the hole. We're close enough to the well anyway.
Something inside me broke loose, and the edges of my vision blurred. One teacher stepped from the ring and started toward us. Hart. We pressed ourselves against the well, trying to sink into the stone. The rim dug into my back and locked me in place. Behind us, the grate squealed. At first, it rattled like an old lid settling into place. Then it heaved upward. A crack sounded from the bars, then another. The ribbon slipped through the bars and fluttered to the ground near my foot. A swollen hand rose to the hole and forced the metal cap aside. Pale, a distended, wrong. A length of sackcloth followed. Burlap dragged across the grate as the creature lifted its head beneath the sagging bag. The cloth hid every trace of a face. Water trailed in thick lines from the seams and darkened the stone. Hart froze mid-step. The creature pushed its upper body higher until its blank shape faced toward her. It bent forward, close enough that it carried the threat of climbing free. Hart backed away, then again. Her chest hitched once before she turned and bolted toward the rest of the staff, her stride unraveling behind her. The figure waited until the last of the teachers fled. Then it reached toward the ground near my shoe. My entire frame locked. It gathered the fallen ribbon in its grip and sank back into the dark of the well. The grate sank into place once more, then the metal shuddered against the rim before settling. Emma seized my arm.
Run.
We broke into a sprint across the service road, past the bus barn, into the dark between the fields. The cold air knifed my lungs raw. I didn't look back until the school was a small shape on the horizon, a dark block with a few yellow squares. Emma fell forward over the ditch by the stop sign and threw up. It came up harsh, mostly bile and the cheap chicken from lunch. I swept her hair back and kept my sight from the mess she made on the dead grass.
Home.
She said when she could breathe again.
We have to go home. My place.
I said.
It's closer.
She lowered her head and nodded, teeth clicking. The porch light was still on. The door sprang against the wall. My mother stepped out of the kitchen with a dish towel in her hands.
Tyler? What on earth? It's past midnight. Where have you been? Why is Emma with you? Is that vomit?
Emma found her words before I did. The dam broke.
They killed them. They killed them in the yard. They cut them up. The teachers, they cut them up. Mason, Jody, Lena, all of them.
My mom stared. The towel twisted in her hand so hard it squeaked.
Sit.
She said.
Sit down. You're in shock.
She guided us to the couch. She brought blankets. She brought water.
Drink.
She said.
Small sips.
Then she knelt in front of us and listened. What came out of us wasn't a story so much as a spill. Out of order. Not clean. The board. Lena in the doorway. The charms. The staff room. Jody on the floor. Mason in the frost. She stayed with every piece until there was nothing left to say. And even then, she didn't rush in to fill the quiet. Her mouth went slack at the corners and said nothing for a stretch. Her gaze fixed on the wall, on the framed school staff portrait hanging there. When she spoke, it sounded like she had to pull each word through her lips.
You're sure?
She said.
You're sure you saw them? You saw their faces? Yeah?
I said.
You were never supposed to.
She halted.
Okay, I'll handle this. I'll call this in.
She crossed to the phone on the counter. I heard the tone and the numbers.
Sheriff's office?
A muffled voice said. She used her teacher's voice, the one she uses every day at John Henry.
This is Renee Keller.
She said.
My son and his friends were at high school tonight, and they witnessed some. Fuck off. My son and his friends were at the high school tonight. They witnessed a teachers' meeting. We need someone here now.
A pause followed. I heard a deputy's reply rise on the other end.
Just get someone out here,
she said.
They'd feel better talking to someone.
She gave them our address. Another call followed, shorter, to a number she knew by heart. Her tone changed for that one. Lower, heated.
It happened again,
she said.
No, listen to me. They saw it. You can try to bury this one, but it'll be on you, and I'm not doing it.
Silence answered her.
Yes. I know what this means.
She hung up the receiver.
Who is that?
I asked.
An old mistake. Go put on some clean clothes, Emma. Well, go put on some clean clothes. Emma, you can use one of Tyler's old shirts. When the deputies come, you tell them the same thing you told me. Every detail.
The squad arrived first, then an ambulance, then a third cruiser with the sheriff himself. Emma's parents came in while we were giving our statements. Her mother rushed in, eyes wide, robe half-tied, and wrapped Emma in her arms. 2 deputies questioned us while scribbling on yellow pads. The sheriff wrote nothing. He sat across from me with his hat in his lap and studied my face.
You're telling me you saw the principal and several other staff members cutting apart 2 students at the high school? 3 students. And you're certain it was them? I know who. What? I know who.
I know who.
I know who. I know who I saw.
I know who I saw. I know who I saw.
I know who I saw.
I know who I saw.
I know who I know who I saw.
He crossed one leg over the other and weighed his next line.
We'll check the grounds.
He said,
These accusations are pretty serious. It could ruin a lot of lives if you made a mistake. After all, it's dark outside. Your imagination might have...
My mom cut him off.
Don't patronize these kids, Sheriff. It's too late for that. They saw what they saw.
He offered a small, polite smile.
We'll take a look, Miss Keller.
He repeated.
But if these accusations were made up... If these accusations were made against you, I think you'd like us to try to look through every possible avenue for a peaceful revolution. For a peaceful resolution. Damn.
There you go. All right, that's the end of a chapter
8
kind of thing. Wow. I mean, we just kind of powered through that one.
Had to do it to him.
Had to do it to him. But that was fucked up. Oh my god.
This is crazy. They got really nasty.
It got really nasty. It's like a shattering of innocence.
That was nasty.
Nasty. It's kind of like a cute little coming of age Ouija board kind of tale.
And then
where,
it's like
we sneak into the high school and it's all fun.
That's like the first 20%. The next 5%'s like, oh no, Jody's a ghost. Jody's a ghost. Get her.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're scooping her apart. They're
Yeah.
scooping her open and
They're like,
I don't know what to say.
yeah, Jesus Christ. They're just sneaking into the school. Let's pal around and things are getting weird around here. Lena's a ghost, I think.
Do the hanky panky
And
and
they're
you
like-
scoop your buddy apart.
Exactly. They're like, oh, Lena is a ghost. Oh, Lena's getting...
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Lena's becoming a taxidermy. And then they run and Jody
Gets dude, that's so fucked
gets
up.
destroyed.
Yeah.
They fucking... Well, they take something from...
They take like
They take
2
specific
fingers,
parts.
pieces,
yeah, it's like
two parts
fingers,
of the. It's like
part
this,
of the hand.
like right from up here up.
Yeah.
Take like this.
And then their hair.
Their hair. So they're making shit with it. That's what all the
and they
little
cut
things
their
are.
throat.
And they kill him.
Yeah.
And then Mason was begging. He said, "No,
Not like this.
not like this.
Please.
Truly. Please just slam a football into my head until I'm
I was
mush."
gonna be on the fucking football team, dude.
I was gonna be on
varsity.
MTV Cribs. I was supposed to have a varsity jacket. This is so fucked up.
It is fucked up. My God, I mean, it really jumped, didn't it?
It's really good. Okay.
We're almost
Intermission.
done here. It's not even midnight yet. That's pretty awesome.
Nay.
We usually start around now.
It's not even midnight. AKA 5 minutes from now.
5 minutes from now.
AKA the human body's not supposed to be cut open like that.
AKA, it's really not good for the human body.
AKA the
be
mom knows what's happening.
The mom is super sus.
She said
My
there's a...
God, she took like 10 different phone calls.
Oh,
Being
they're
super sus.
They witnessed a PTO meeting.
They witnessed a PTO meeting. That's such a code word.
And then
My
like
God.
the sheriff's like, "Yay.
Yay.
I understand. This happened again." Okay.
I'll take care of it.
Man, it's cold. I'm
I'll
shaking.
take care of it. All right. Final chapter, I think.
Probably.
The sheriff returned near dawn. Ice clung to the hem of his coat. His boots left crescents of grit across the entryway rug.
Well,
he said, like he was announcing the weather.
we walked the grounds. We checked the field. We checked every classroom you listed. And nothing. No bodies, no blood. No signs of crime. Not even footprints in the frost, except your son's group around the gym doors.
He paused before continuing, and his attention locked on me with a steady pressure.
No sign of a fight. No sign of distress. Nothing to support what you allege.
Emma's voice shattered his words.
You're lying. You have to be lying. We saw them. Ma'am.
He said to her mother instead.
Kids that age get excited. They scare themselves. Urban legends, group hysteria. You remember when they said there was a man with a hook at the quarry?
He turned back toward my mom.
And, Miss Keller, I know you're upset. You work at the school with these kids.
He let those words hang like he was reminding her of something.
But we have to work with the facts. The facts?
She said.
This is my son. The facts.
The fact.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know where that S is coming from.
The plural verse. I can't help it. The fact, she's saying, is that my son came home terrified, and now I have to worry about him while he's... Fuck off! I'm changing everything. Is that my son came home terrified, and now I have to worry about what the school is going to do to him.
The sheriff's eyes cooled.
And the fact is, he and the girl admit they broke into public property after hours. There are words for that. Trespass. Vandalism. False reporting is another one.
He let the list drift between us.
You have a good position in this district. Be a shame to tangle all of that up over a child's story.
My mom froze. Something sealed across her features.
You are not going to threaten my family.
She said.
Not in my house. Nobody's threatening anyone. I am asking you as a colleague to be careful. For your sake. For his.
He set a card on the table. The deputies moved with him toward the door. Through the curtain at the front window, I watched the cruiser idle under the street lamp. The sheriff sat unmoving for several seconds, both arms resting on the wheel. The headlights washed over the frost and set the yard in broken stripes. When he moved in his seat, the shift brought a small object into view beneath the mirror. Something dangled on a loop of twigs, a scrap of husk, a thin white sliver threaded through the center. The cruiser rolled away from the curb. By morning, the news was already warping. The phone rang. The school. They asked if I knew where Mason and Jody had gone, since we were close
friends.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's your job. And they had not come home.
You know exactly where they are.
Mom took the receiver. Sorry, I was loading.
Well, that's really nice. That's nice of you to do that.
Mom took the receiver.
He has nothing else to say to you.
She told them, then ended the call. Emma's mom arrived that afternoon. She and my mom shut themselves in the bedroom with the phone. I caught fragments through the wall.
It's not going to stop. They expect us to live with this? I can't send him back there.
At some point, Emma's mom began to cry. They emerged with puffy faces and a plan.
We're leaving.
Mom said.
You and me, Emma and her parents, will be gone by the end of this week. What about school?
I asked. It felt stupid the instant it left my mouth.
There are other schools, Tyler.
The next few days slid together in a blur of boxes and suitcases. Neighbors drifted out onto their porches and tracked our move. No one asked why. They knew. Or they guessed. I wasn't sure which was worse. The official story claimed Lena had slipped into a stream on her way home. Mason and Jody were labeled troubled and were said to have run off together. Their faces showed up on posters at the gas station beside warnings and tip lines. Missing, last seen wearing, call if you have information. We moved 2 counties over. New mascot, same sky. Emma and I ended up at the same school. We sat together at lunch and steered our conversations toward anything except that night. We never spoke of it. Not in person. Not online. Not drunk at some party years later. Life widened. College came and went. Emma moved states away for a time. Last night she sent me a message for the first time in years. It opened with a picture of a hiring email on her computer screen. The district's logo sat at the top. John Henry High. Beneath it ran a short line. You want to take it or I can do it?
I got the position. I'll be teaching English at the school. I know what you're thinking. Please don't try to talk me out of it. Maybe I can fix it from the inside. Someone has to try. I can't keep running away anymore.
There was a second message after that.
If anything changes, I'll let you know, Ty. I promise. Love, M.
And that is the end of our classmate. Disappeared. The teachers know more than they're saying. Part 2 of 2. We made it to the very end.
We'll be right back.
Tired of your promising life expectancy? Want to make that heart knock like the beat of a drum? Then try our signature high fructose corn syrup. We source our high fructose corn syrup from cows, of course, and we do it ethically. And we ship those cows, the fructose corn syrup, in a great big truck to a great big building. And somehow it all ends up on your kitchen table for you to enjoy. Wow! High fructose corn syrup, so good it'll make your heart stop.
Man,
Wow.
that was busting serious style delectably.
Here's a message from the author.
Oh.
This one was a hard one to write. Really hard for a lot of reasons. But if you read it all the way through, I hope it held your interest and kept you engaged. I wanted to try something different this time around. Yeah. That was crazy, bro.
That was crazy. I'm sure without the jokes and banter in between and you're alone in your room writing that is probably pretty hard.
It was very, just brutal.
Yeah, it was
describing the meticulous
scoopage.
Yeah, scoopage and slaying and
Who's
filleting.
the boy?
I don't know. I don't know
You're
if that's
the boy.
maybe the boy is the friends we make along the way.
Damn, if it ain't true.
I don't know who the boy is. I think though it could be a religious sort of, what is it? An allegory?
Deity. Well,
It's like a reference to
the brother in the well is a deity. He's a little guy that they worship.
he's a little goblin.
An allegory. This could be.
I think that could be what we're after. I think since there's no there's no breadcrumbs in the story, it might just be a reference to a deity or like a religious sort of figure, like the devil.
I love that. I love that a lot more than this is probably some sort of roundabout reference of like a teacher abusing a child.
Yeah.
Which I'm going with your version because that's mainly kind of where my head goes.
The devil.
Yeah, the
something.
devil.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's a symbol or a metaphor for something more personal, maybe.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a cool fucking story on its own. I mean, it's pretty scary. I really liked, once again, the pagan imagery was a cool grab that kind of got me into the story from the beginning in part 1, where the whole school was decked out in this weird kind of witchy decorum following the disappearance of Lena. And I like how we never got to know too much. Just that
about anything.
There is a well, and for a very long time, this school has been keeping this thing, this boy, this deity, the devil, perhaps, locked away from the world.
It is
by sacrificing students.
Yeah. The only solid thing is they're sacrificing students and that the kids saw it. It's like the school does this thing and then we break in and then the teachers are doing this thing to stop this thing from doing this thing, and then now I've moved 2 counties over.
Yes.
But it's cool. It's a full-fledged story.
Yeah.
It doesn't explain too much, and it is pretty cool.
I like how it leaves a lot of room. You could really take it and run with it.
It's awesome.
I wonder what Strange Accounts, what the internal lore is.
I wanted part 2. I want like a real part 2 or like a second.
Yeah,
I want like a chapter 2.
All of that was part 1. Now let's get into part 2.
Because she's like, I work at the school now.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be a lot of fun. Because this is awesome. That was really good.
I wonder what made Emma go back to work at the school.
She's trying to figure it out. It has haunted her. The whole story, she has holes in her fucking brain.
But she's going to go back and participate in the same thing that killed her 2 besties.
Yeah. I think she's an adult. The holes have healed.
Mm-hmm.
She became an adult, and she's not a dumb kid anymore. And she's like, oh, I could go back there. I could use my degree.
Some kind of desperation to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Probably haunted her. I mean, obviously, through the story, she's like actively traumatized.
I think that's setting it up to just be like a repeat of the cycle. Like, she's going in with good intentions, but she's eventually just going to get lassoed back into like the covenry of it all. Like, we just got to make these child sacrifices to keep whatever this thing is from breaking through the grate.
I mean, it's that serious. She realizes. She's like, damn.
They were right.
That's the devil.
Yeah. Like, interesting moral dilemma there. For sure. Like, whoa. Yeah.
I think the problem is, even though it's like, okay, the devil could walk the earth and scorched earth and Revelation and whatever. But even though you've been doing it for 100 years, killing the child shouldn't be that easy. Should always hurt, you know? So it's weird. I don't know what more to say about that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hard to gauge the intention of the teachers, the faculty and such. I mean, Miss Hart made it, she fronted like it was something that was hard for her to do, or that it was for the greater good kind of thing.
The literal quotes made it seem like that, but then like the text outside of that made it be like she's just being that way.
Yeah, to kind of get them to settle down, I guess, maybe.
Try to. I guess. It's also like it just seemed kind of fucked up. I also don't understand why they slit the throat last.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder if there's kind of like a logical system to the progression of... Cause it seemed in order each time, like they take the fingers.
Mm-hmm. Hair.
The hair. And then they cut their ankles?
I do not remember that.
They did mention they cut the tendons and Mason's ankles, I guess. Maybe there's a
Damn.
so they can't run.
Damn. This is like, man, this is identical to Chicken Run.
Just like that. I mean, quite honestly. Cool story, a lot to marinate on. I would love to one day do, like, we do this, like the episode itself, but then like later on we do like an analysis or something.
Yeah.
We like dive deep, you know. You have the hindsight. We're able to look back at the story.
You got them annotations.
Yeah, you annotate, take notes, whatever. You do a big old scoop of what you actually think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be really cool. But first impressions is, goddamn.
As a good author, very delectable.
Yeah, very versatile, as we have found. I mean, this guy can write.
His other stories are fucking crazy too.
Yeah, I mean,
and they're different.
He seems to be really into history and getting really immersed into like the proper language and speak of the time periods he writes in. But then, you know, he comes over here and he does just
proper speak though.
Normal old present day, if you will.
Fucking horror story.
Teenage horror fest here.
Ninja Turtle.
So he's very versatile. He can do pretty much anything, it seems. And what a wonderful author. Cool story. Very brutal. This one will leave me wondering, which is cool. I love that. I'm very curious as to like just what the hell's going on. But loved it. And that was a really fun 2-parter right there. Once again, this was Strange Accounts on Reddit. The author name is Travis Weaver. You can find a book of his on Amazon, I believe. It's a self-published passion project titled Strange Accounts from the American Frontier. Get that book and read on. Plenty of more material from this guy. He's got all sorts of stuff on Reddit. Just go to Strange Accounts on Reddit. You got reading material for probably months. I mean, this guy writes a lot. He's been at it for like 10 years, I think.
Oh, hell yeah,
So,
just do that.
Yeah, just do that for me if you would.
Oh, hell yeah, just do that.
And if you guys have made it this far to the end, thank you very much for watching.
Hell yeah,
Appreciate it
thank you.
very much. That's a lot of hell yeahs for you. We never got eaten by the scary entity monster in the back in the woods.
Dude, the fucking polar bear sized opossum that's back there.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, better take a drink of beer. Yeah. That's a big possum.
Oh, it's a big opossum. I see the O in a possum, you know.
Those are two different animals.
Shut the fuck up. No, it's not.
Eh?
Really?
Boom.
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 Well,
I think they're the same species, but they're two different things. We have possum here. And in like Australia, they have opossum.
don't piss me off. Come on, this is ridiculous.
Don't piss my shit.
Don't piss my shit off. Well, guys, it's getting cold out here. It was started at 59 degrees, I remember, but I think it's gotten a little lower now.
Yeah, guys.
My bones are hurting. My bones are aching. This is a really cool story. Once again, Strange Accounts on Reddit. Travis Weaver is his name. Check him out. Check us out if you like this. We were It Reads at Night. We do this every other week on Thursdays, and send us stories if you want us to read something. You know, you think you got the hot stuff. You got a lead on a new scary story. We like to keep them scary. We like to keep them spooky.
Fresh.
So send them our way. We'll take a look at them. Maybe it'll end up on the show. Maybe not. Who knows?
Yo.
Subscribe. Follow us on everything. Follow us along on this journey. We're just now beginning, really.
Oh, yeah.
And we're getting into a swing of things here.
Yeah.
And we are excited to see you in the very next one.
Yeah.
This was It Reads at Night. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
Oh, I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.